Have you ever wondered who the real world champion in football is? Not based on FIFA rankings or the actual World Cup, but based on a continuous chain of victories starting all the way back in the 19th century. Welcome to the weird and fascinating world of the Unofficial Football World Championship, where a tiny nation can become world champion overnight. So, what exactly is the Unofficial Football World Championship, or UFWC? It's not an official competition run by FIFA or UEFA. Instead, it's a theoretical title that follows a simple boxing-style rule. Whoever beats the current champion becomes the new champion. Simple as that. The chain started with the very first recognized international football match, Scotland versus England, in 1872. It ended in a 0-0 draw, so nobody took the title that day. But when England beat Scotland in 1873, they became the first unofficial world champions. And from there, the title kept moving. Every time the current champion lost, the winner took the crown. The idea was born out of curiosity by football fans and statisticians. It was created to imagine an alternative football history, one where we track dominance through actual head-to-head victories instead of long tournaments or ranking systems. It gives us a new perspective, one that can crown surprising champions and tell incredible stories the official record books never could. Over the decades, the title has changed hands over 150 times. In the early years, it bounced around Europe. England and Scotland dominated for a while, but as international football grew, the title traveled further. Eventually, it crossed the Atlantic. Brazil, Argentina, and even Uruguay held it during their golden eras. But here's where it gets interesting. Because it follows friendlies and qualifiers, not just tournaments, the UFWC often ends up in unexpected hands. For example, in 1994, the United States became unofficial champions after beating England. In 2011, North Korea held the title. Yes, you heard that right. North Korea were once unofficial football world champions. And in 2004, Angola took it after defeating Nigeria. Some of the most unbelievable moments in UFWC history come from the underdogs. Let's look at a few unlikely nations that held the crown. Zambia in 1996 after beating Egypt in an African Cup qualifier. Equatorial Guinea in 2015 when they shocked Tunisia in the Africa Cup. Honduras in 2001 by defeating Brazil at Copa America. Georgia in 2001 after beating Romania in a friendly. These are countries that never won a World Cup, but for at least one glorious moment, they were the kings of football. And now, the latest update, Sweden are the current unofficial world champions. A thrilling 4-3 win over Algeria on 10 June 2025. Sure, it's unofficial, but the UFWC tells a story that traditional titles don't. It's a celebration of football's chaos, where anything can happen and anyone can be king. It brings value to friendlies, gives meaning to underdog wins, and reminds us that in football, it's not always about lifting the trophy. Sometimes, it's just about who won last. So next time you watch an international match, check if the UFWC title is on the line. You might just witness a new, unofficial world champion being crowned. If you enjoyed this dive into football's hidden championship, make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know, who do you think will hold the title next?